March 1st, 1896. An African emperor stares down 17,000 Italian soldiers armed with modern artillery. Europe expects another easy colonial victory. They have no idea what's coming. While the rest of Africa was being carved up like a birthday cake, one man was playing chess while Europe played checkers. His name was Menelik II of Ethiopia, and he was about to pull off the greatest military upset of the colonial era. But the Battle of Adwa wasn't won on the battlefield alone. It was won 7 years earlier with a treaty that Italy thought made them masters of Ethiopia. They were dead wrong. Today, we're diving into the story of how one mistranslation, one emperor's genius, and one epic battle changed African history forever. Our story begins in 1889. Italy is late to the colonization party. Britain and France have already grabbed massive chunks of Africa. Germany's taken their share. And Italy, they're stuck with scraps on the Red Sea coast. But Prime Minister Francesco Crispi has bigger dreams. He wants an empire. And right next door sits Ethiopia, a vast kingdom that's been independent for over 2,000 years. There's just one problem. Ethiopia isn't weak. They've got armies, rifles, and a brand new emperor named Menelik II, who's a proven military strategist. So, Italy decides to get clever. On May 2nd, 1889, the Treaty of Wuchale is signed. On paper, it's a friendship treaty. Italy keeps their coastal territories, and Menelik gets weapons and money. Everybody wins, right? Not quite. See, the treaty was written into languages, Amharic and Italian. And Article 17, the article about foreign relations, says something very different depending on which version you're reading. The Amharic version says, His Majesty the King of Kings of Ethiopia can use the government of Italy for all dealings with other powers. It's optional. But the Italian version, it says Ethiopia must use Italy for all foreign relations, not can. One word, one massive difference. The difference between sovereignty and subjugation. And here's where it gets wild. Italy knew. In October 1889, while Menelik is still celebrating this friendship, Italian diplomats are traveling to every major European capital, presenting the Italian version and declaring Ethiopia is now an Italian protectorate. They literally told the entire world that Ethiopia was theirs. Menelik had no idea, not yet. Fast forward to 1890. Menelik starts reaching out to other European governments, but he keeps getting the same confusing response. Sorry, we have to go through Italy. You're their protectorate now. Menelik is like, I'm WHAT now. He pulls out his copy of the treaty. The Amharic clearly says can. He realizes what happened. Italy played him. They used a translation trick to claim his entire empire without firing a single shot. And Menelik, he's furious. But here's what separates him from other leaders. He doesn't panic. He plans. For the next 3 years, Menelik plays it cool. He keeps accepting Italian weapons and money. Hey, if they want to arm him, he'll take it. Meanwhile, he is modernizing his army, stockpiling ammunition, and building alliances. He's preparing. In 1893, he finally makes his move. He sends letters to every major European power with both versions of the treaty, exposing Italy's deception to the world. Then he officially renounces the Treaty of Wuchale. The message is clear. You want Ethiopia? Come take it. Italy's reputation is in shambles. Prime Minister Crispi is humiliated, angry, and determined to save face the only way colonial powers knew how, with military force. On September 17, 1895, Menelik issues a call to arms. Now an enemy that intends to destroy our homeland has come crossing our God-given frontiers. With the help of God, I will not allow him to have my country. You, my countrymen, help me. This isn't just a military order. It's a national awakening. And people respond. From every corner of Ethiopia, warriors begin their march. Muslims and Christians, different ethnic groups that had fought each other for centuries, all united to defend their independence. Menelik's wife, Empress Taytu, even raises her own force of 6,000 soldiers and becomes a key military strategist. By February 1896, Menelik has assembled an army of approximately 100,000 soldiers. Meanwhile, the Italian general Orestes Baratieri is sweating. He has maybe 17,000 troops, outnumbered nearly 6-1. Supplies are running low. Back in Rome, politicians are screaming at him to do something. On February 28th, Prime Minister Crispi sends a furious telegram basically calling him a coward. That telegram seals the fate of the Italian army. Pride wounded, Baratieri orders a night march to take the high ground near the town of Adwa. It's his last chance to salvage Italian pride. It's also a catastrophic mistake. On the night of February 29th, 3 Italian brigades begin their advance through the rugged highlands in the dark. With terrible maps, it's a disaster from the start. The brigades get separated. One brigade overshoots its position and marches straight toward the Ethiopian camp. Another veers off course and ends up miles away. Menelik's scouts have been watching. He's been waiting for this. Dawn breaks on March 1st. The Italians expect to be dug in. Instead, they're scattered, exposed, and about to face the full fury of 100,000 Ethiopian warriors. Menelik launches coordinated attacks on each isolated Italian brigade. The Italians fight hard, but they're hopelessly outnumbered and cut off. General Albertone's brigade breaks first. Then Menelik releases his secret weapon, 25,000 Schuan cavalry. This elite force smashes into the Italian center like a tidal wave. The Italian line collapses. General da Bomada's brigade retreats into a narrow valley. It's a fatal mistake. Ethiopian warriors close in from all sides, and his entire brigade is wiped out. By noon, it's over. The Italian army is in full retreat, abandoning their artillery, 11,000 rifles, and most of their supplies. The casualties tell the story. Italy lost between 7,000 and 10,000 soldiers killed or wounded. Ethiopia suffered losses too, but they had won. Italy's colonial ambitions were finished. General Baratieri was relieved of command. Prime Minister Crispi resigned in disgrace, and Emperor Menelik II had just achieved the impossible. A crushing victory over a European colonial power in the heart of the scramble for Africa. The Treaty of Addis Ababa made it official. Italy recognized Ethiopia's complete independence. Ethiopia stood alone as the only nation in Africa. That successfully defeated European colonialism during the scramble. The impact rippled across the world. In African diaspora communities from Harlem to Haiti, people celebrated. Here was proof that African armies could defeat European powers. The Battle of Adwa became a symbol, a rallying cry for independence movements for decades to come. But here's what really gets me about this story. It wasn't just about military genius. It was about understanding your enemy better than they understand themselves. Italy thought they could outsmart an African emperor. They underestimated Ethiopian unity. They underestimated Menelik's patience and planning. And they paid for it. Today, every March 1st, Ethiopians celebrate victory at Adwa Day. Because this wasn't just Ethiopia's victory. It was proof that colonialism wasn't inevitable. That one brilliant leader, armed with patience, strategy, and the unified will of his people, could change history. Some empires just refuse to kneel. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories that change the world. What moment hit you hardest? The treaty deception, the unified mobilization, or the battle itself? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.